Hi, this is Jeff Mitchell with the Golf Standard. Today we're talking about sand play. You know, sand for most people is a real mystery, and I think that's for a couple of different reasons. Number one, most people don't generally spend a lot of time practicing in the sand, but more importantly, I don't think they really have a method for playing out of the sand. Well, today I want to give you a couple of different things that hopefully are going to make sand play a lot more fun for you. Number one, you have to understand the sand. Not all sand is made the same. Some of it cleaves together really close, and some of it's round and has a lot of air in it. And it's that air that ends up being the really determinant factor in sand. If you have a very firm surface, the ball is going to come out nice and quick. If you have a fluffy surface, meaning it has a lot of air in it, the ball is going to come out a lot shorter. It takes a much bigger swing to get the same kind of result. So if you kind of test the sand, you're going to either have firm, kind of medium, or fluffy sand, and that in itself is going to help you determine how big a swing you need to take out of the sand. The second is coming up with a really good method, and my method is called OBAS, O-B-A-S. For me, having a method, being able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, OBAS, makes it much simpler for me to be productive out of the sand. So being comfortable and confident in the sand really is about having a method, trusting your method. And my method is OBAS. The O is open the club face in your hands, not with your hands. But as you open the club face, the benefit is that you involve the bounce or the sole of the club. And that bounce helps when the club comes down in the sand, the bounce will bring the club back out of the sand, and that's going to help you bring the golf ball out of the sand. So we open the club face in our hands. The second is ball position. So B is ball position. I want to position the golf ball where the club is going perfectly level under the golf ball, and that's about even with my left armpit. I'm not a real big fan of spinning the ball, so I try to control the golf ball with trajectory. Having good ball position helps me accomplish that. The third is alignment. We want to make sure that because the club face is wide open, we want to line up the body slightly left of our target line. And for me, that's about 6 feet left of that flag. And then what I want to do is make sure that if I'm going to line up a little bit left, that I swing the club along that line of the body. If you line the club face open about 6 feet right of the flag, line your body up 6 feet left of the flag, make sure you swing along the line of the body, the ball is going to come out somewhere right in between. I think you're going to get really good results. The last one is sand. It's real important that you are consistent with the amount of sand you take. If we assume we have a reasonably good lie, my goal is to take about 3/4 of an inch of sand. What that produces for me, this is about medium grade sand. It's not real fluffy, it's not real hard packed or firm. And so when I take a swing in here, I know that I'm going to get almost exactly 1/3 the distance of that shot that I would get if I were hitting the ball out of grass. So if I was going to carry this golf ball approximately 10 yards, I would just take about a 30-yard swing to do so. So O is open the club in your hands. B is ball position so the club is going level under the ball. Align yourself slightly left of your target. And then the fourth is sand. Be consistent with the amount of sand you take. A great way to do that is just to practice taking divots. So you go open, ball position, alignment, and then trying to figure out how to take exactly the same amount of sand all the time. It isn't important that you take exactly the same amount of sand that I do, but it's important that you take the same amount of sand all the time. One of the ways that I practice taking the correct amount of sand is by placing a quarter underneath the golf ball. Here I've placed a quarter about 3/4 of an inch under the sand. I'm going to cover that back up. And then I'm going to put the ball right on top of it. And that way, as I go through my process, I open the club face, play the ball forward, align myself slightly left of the target, and then I'm going to try to take a divot that's going to take every grain of sand off of that quarter without actually moving it. As you can see here, I didn't exactly accomplish that. I moved the quarter just a little bit. But what that means is I took almost exactly 3/4 of an inch of sand. You know, practicing with quarters under the ball might end up getting expensive if you're not very good at it. For me, still, the best way to get good at my method, to really create confidence, is by taking practice swings. So what I'll do is I'll set up for a practice swing open the club face, ball position good, align myself and get comfortable taking the right amount of sand. And then I'll do the same process again. Open, ball position, alignment, good sand. Open, ball position, alignment, good sand. And then I'll get up and I'll just say open, good ball position, alignment, and good sand. What that's going to do is give me a great amount of comfort. If I can do it in a practice swing, it gives me confidence that I can do it with a ball there. Trust your method. Let the ball be moved by the sand instead of the club. Have fun with your sand play. Until next time.